What's up, my dude? So we're going to be running 20 laps deep up in the rain on Daytona here. So it should be a good old time, man. At least 20 laps. 20 minutes. I know it's like more than a minute a lap. At least it should be. So it'll be like probably even 22, 23 laps, something like that. I'm going to let them dude skis get way into that first corner before I take off here. So we might be able to get into a little bit of a battle. But yeah, I've only rode about 5 laps on this Daytona track total, so I don't have a crap load of experience on it here. But what I'm probably going to end up doing is like spacing it out. Like I'll probably show you lap 1, 2, 3, and then like lap 7, 8, 9, and then lap 14, 15, and then show you the very last lap, just to kind of give you an idea on how the track deteriorated and how the terrain deformation system worked in the game and all that. That's really why I do these like 20 lap videos and stuff like that. It's just to kind of test out and see how much the tracks really can get rutted up and nasty and shit. So I think this rain's going to make it pretty interesting. Let's see if we can get this triple in. Woo! Slide, slide, dude. Oh, it does make that triple in a little bit harder, that's for sure. Then if you don't hit that, then it's hard to hit that very last triple in. I mean, you can still bounce off of it if you come up short, but I meant like actually smooth landing. Okay. Ken Roxon, damn hay bales. Oh, my goodness. Okay, yeah, slide it. All right. So, yeah, that really sucks that Justin Barcia crashed. Wow, I was not expecting that at all. Could have been way worse, but good lord, man. Somebody landed like just inches. Like if it would have been just inches to the right, he wouldn't have got hurt at all. But I guess if it would have been just inches to the left, it'd have broke his whole arm off. So, it's all in kind of how you look at things. But man, that was so disappointing just because Barcia hadn't been doing very good in the past couple years. And then he was like the only other dude that was really in the points besides Anderson. This has been a crazy-ass year in Supercross, man. Like, oh, am I going to hit some bikes? Woo! Like, crazy year. I've never seen so many top dudes completely miss main events like that. That many of them, you know what I mean? Like, it has just been such an inconsistent year. Anderson, it's not even like Anderson's really rode all that crazy good. He's just not missed a race. And dude's leading by like 40 points or some shit. Like, he could just like not even show up for 2 races and come back and be like, what's up, my dudes? And like still win the championship. It's like, god dang, man. Okay, so we're on, theoretically, what are we on? Like lap 2 or 3 or something like that. Now, I will say with the terrain deformation in this game, it is I know we're on a mud track here and all that, but even if you're on like more of like a standard Las Vegas in the day or whatever in this game, the ruts are not solid by any means. Like, you're not really getting into a rut and it grabbing you in this game. That just does not happen. It's so soft that it's almost like it's not even there to a certain extent, but I mean, I guess it is there. I don't know. So we're really going to try to get in here and see what it does when you really rut that puppy up for 20 plus however many laps. How long is the lap times? Like 120 here? So, that might actually make a lower amount of laps if the race is longer like that, or the lap times are longer like that. I think that is how it is. Like, you actually end up running shorter laps because you end up running way more laps with if it's like a shorter lap time. Shit, I didn't even think about that. So this may not even actually be full 20 laps, but it is full 20 minutes on this track. So either way, so we'll do like first 4 minutes here. So I will come back in probably another 4 or 5 minutes and show you guys how the track looks. Okay, so here we are with 11 minutes to go. Now, one thing I noticed about this game is it's way less about the leaning back. Like, I feel like on Reflex, there was so many more occasions where leaning back through the corners and stuff would like help you way more on Reflex, whereas I feel like it actually hurts you in this game. And a lot of occasions, like, honestly, most of the time you're just better off not leaning hardly at all. That's interesting. I don't really understand why it's like that, but I mean, it's not like you lean and flip over. It's just almost like the physics can't even handle you leaning as much, so then it just fucks you up on like a roller section or something like that. But other than that, you can kind of see how the track has developed here. Can I say it's really changed the track any? Not really. I mean, she's still soupy cross track, like it's not, I don't know. It definitely is not what I would call like something that's really affecting the track as far as like the terrain deformation and the ruts. I mean, I'm still hitting everything basically exactly how I was hitting it on lap 1. So yeah, that hasn't changed much at all. Let's see. I mean, it's not like it's really like lowered the faces of the jumps where you just can't hit stuff anymore. So this is like halfway through the race here. I mean, you can definitely see, like visually, it seems to have changed it somewhat here, but not even on that aspect, it doesn't look like a crazy amount of differences visually. So yeah, that's kind of what you're looking at if you run a medium race all the way through here. So I got myself in the lead. Now I did realize you can't huck all the way over that wall, but I don't really think you can do that on the first lap of the rain anyways. So I think that was just a line that was like that already. Some of these triple ends you have to be on the gas, you know what I mean? Or not triple ends, I guess they're like main triples. I can get a little confused when the jump faces are kind of short here. But yeah, so like let me show you another one up here, but like leaning back on that section is retarded. Don't lean at all on that section. Just hold the gas down. Leaning does nothing on that section, but hurt you. Okay, move scan, flying. All right, let's see if we can get this triple in. Gonna come up short. That's okay. We'll just bounce off those. So this is your main triple right here, and I mean you're just gonna come up short on some of those because you're not gonna get quite as much drive and momentum out of the corner. But I mean, even on the first lap, those felt like that. It wasn't like, oh, now that it's rutted up all these laps, now it's really changed. It's not so much like that. So I will come back closer to the finish of the race and kind of give you guys the finale outro of it all. Alrighty then, here we are with 4 minutes to go plus 50, and I think it's going to be 2 more laps than that. So it may actually end up being somewhere in the neighborhood of like 20 laps. I don't know for sure, maybe like 18, 19, something like that laps. Now the hardest jump on this whole track, I think, is that triple in right there in the rain. When it's dry, it's hella easy, but that's probably the hardest. It's not like coming up short's really going to hurt you, but I'm just saying that's probably the hardest triple of the whole track here. Everywhere else, you can just kind of smooth flow around these corners. Don't really have to let off any. Kind of got these super rolled off little whoop roller things there. And coming around like so. Now right here, I would recommend just getting on the brakes and not jumping that too far, because you're just going to slam down and lose your momentum, because you're not going to be able to jump that entire wall and double that like you might think you could, or like you can in the dry. In that corner, you just never let off. Just hold her wide ass open all the way around. Now this, I like to jump all the way, make sure I get that triple in full, and then just take it to the outside, take that to the outside, and just carry the speed all the way around. It's kind of the line I was hitting throughout there. Okay. So now this little section, you can still huck it to there and then jump into those little whoops. Let's see. And there's that triple in. Came up just a little bit short. Then the main triple here, I like to just take that to the inside, because you don't really have to worry about getting like a triple in right there. You just double in and then triple out. Then just hold her wide open around the corner. Hold her wide open around this corner. And yeah, you should be all good on this track. I mean, the ruts really, it's negligible how it affected it. I mean, you might as well not even have it. It's more of a visual thing on this track with the rain anyways. I haven't done a super amount of testing with it, but as far as Daytona, 20 minutes with the rain, it's a visual thing more than it is actually changing the track here. So Either way. Let's see if we can get around that corner. Okay, slide. Now, I don't know how it would be if you didn't have the tires and all the handling stats improved in the game. I bet you do a lot more sliding on these rain-style sections and stuff, but wow, I just ran my 2 fastest laps right there of the whole thing. So, yeah, you can definitely get a little bit faster once you kind of find some of the lines on the track, but obviously your main triple's super rolled off there, dude. Like, you're barely even jumping up at all, which I think is kind of how mud-style tracks become. But, if I'm not mistaken, that's just how the dry Daytona is in this game. Like, everything's just as rolled off, just about. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's nowhere near as peaked as some of the other Supercross main triples in this game. But you might be able to hook that. Yeah, you might be able to get it. I was probably just being a pussy on it, but let's see if we can hit it this next lap. But yeah, you can just hold it wide open all the way around that corner. You just got to have some lean with the bike, and you can definitely do it. So main triple. You just got to get on the brakes a little bit. Whoa. Started doing that little weird waiting the outside peg. Oh, thank you, Honda. I appreciate you. Love you, Honda. So yeah, wow. Was way out front there. I guess I could have waited for the timer to go down. I don't know if I'm that far ahead, but cool looking how it like gives you that rain effect on the screen. Let's go into some first person here. Okay. Now, so obviously the bike gets way more muddy looking than it looked at the beginning, and obviously the rider boots and jersey and stuff like that gets muddy as well. So you definitely got a lot of visual, not physical, complete opposite of physical, visual elements to the mud effect in the game. But as far as actual physical changing the track or like making the track super slick feeling, can't really say it does that as much. Like, it's not so slick that you're like, oh shit, this feels like mud in real life. It's not really like that. I would say it feels more like sand than mud, but that's just me. I don't know if you can hook that, man. It's going to be pretty hard. And now, one thing it does do is just slows the bike down. That's one thing you'll notice, kind of how sand does. Like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Just gives you that, more friction to the dirt feeling, which is how mud is too, but it's way more of like a sand feeling than a slick mud feeling, if you understand what I'm saying. Even though it looks probably a little more like slick mud, feels more like deep sand to me personally. But yeah, man, so final lap. I'm going to get a lot of credits out of this one. Okay, you can kind of jump down into that. If you hook all of that perfect, you can get all the way over that one. Can be a little bit tricky, though. Then you just want to make sure you're leaning back over the face of that, and you can hit that triple in. Even though leaning back over a jump doesn't really seem to do that much, it can help you minutely, for sure. But, yeah, this track's really just, if you can just get these corners going, that's about where it's going to give you them faster lap times and stuff. Just making sure you don't completely kill your momentum anywhere. Yeah, but either way, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to try to, like I said, cut this video down into 3 or 4 different pieces so you're not just having to sit there watching me run literally 20 laps on the track. So, yeah, I think it's cool to come in here and just kind of see how these tracks do develop. I do wish the rut system did a little bit more as far as actually on the track than what it does. But other than that, I mean, it's a cool thing, I suppose. But, yeah, man, so either way, shout out to my sponsor, SquidSquadSTL.com. He's a real-life Supercross racer, and he's got his own clothing company there. He's selling some motocross-style shirts and stickers and stuff like that. And I also think you can actually get custom stickers and stuff on there, too. But either way, I appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.